the next speaker. You know, the next speaker is my dear friend, and you know, I know him from honestly from the time that I moved to Canada, and I see her heart, and she's all about children. All her hearts and effort is just helping parents to raise wonderful children who can make the world a better place to live and love. She has a master in psychology and also a writer and parent education. My dear friend Naghmeh Keshavarz will talk on children's need. You know, I don't want to take much of your time. I'll pass it to Naghmeh, and let's everyone enjoy her presentation.
Thank you, dear Shahnaz, for your very kind introduction. My name is Naghmeh, and I'm still studying in a very challenging university named Life. And I'm trying to graduate it as a good mom. I'm a mother. And like some of you, when I was watching children from disadvantaged families, I cried too. But crying is not enough. Okay, let's first see what is poverty, and how many of these innocent children are living around the world, and why they are drowning in poverty. As a result of poverty and marginalization, more than 72 million children around the world are remaining unschooled. Sub-Saharan Africa is the most affected area, with over 32 million children of primary school age remaining uneducated. Central and Eastern Asia, like Afghanistan, are also severely affected by this problem. I want to ask you a question. What is the difference between our children and those children who were born in poverty? And while you are thinking to this question, I invite you to watch this video.
Come and make my heart
As a mom, every time I was watching this video, it breaks my heart. That's right. Life is not fair. And even though nature is very generous to us, some children around the world would have not taken enough shares from this generosity. What are the causes of having all these children in poverty? Undeniably, many children from disadvantaged backgrounds are forced to abandon their education because of their family cultural beliefs. Especially girls. Some girls are often kept home due to discriminatory attitude that do not value or permit their education. And sometimes sexual harassment and assault to their girls are forced them to stay at home. Talking to Chehre, she was 16 and lived in Kandahar. She said, men would disturb and threaten the small girls. The men would touch us and do other action with us, so we left. They were local men living nearby. Chehre, with tear in her eyes, continued, no one tried to stop them. It happened to a lot of us. Kandahar people won't allow their girls to go to school. Also, malnutrition in children causes them some health problem and stopping them from go to school. The only fruit some of these children have ever eat are fruit peels from ground near markets. Their families are destitute and their kids are illiterate. Should they take care of food or education? In some countries, such as Iran, there are a school free of charge. But why parents do not send them to school? Schools are free, however, kids would not go there because they have to work to provide to support for their family. Also, emerging countries do not accommodate the financial resources functionally to create a school, providing school materials, nor recruit and train teachers. Funds pledged by international community are generally not sufficient to allow countries to establish an education system for all children. Khatare, 15 years old, raised in rural Samarkand province in Afghanistan, once told, it was very far to the nearest girls' school. It was in another village. On a donkey or horse, it would take from morning to noon. When we get there, schools are already closed. So equally, a lack of financial resources affect the quality of teaching. Some overflow classes combine different educational levels together, which does not allow each children to benefit from an education adapted to their needs and abilities. As a result, dropout rate and education failure remain still very high. Gender role and a stereotype. What is gender role? Gender role are some wrong beliefs related to a specific gender. Have you ever heard of some of these gender role or stereotypes such as men should not cry, or women are born to serve men, or girl could not go to school because they need to marry? You definitely are. Gender role force young girls to remove from a school to collect water or care their siblings. Meanwhile, countries such as Chad or Mali or Nepal have some of the world's highest level of child marriage. Many girls become brides before they have finished their primary school. If you have a daughter, what is your feeling if she should marry at age 9? Today, it is girls who have the least access to education. These are the real reasons stopping parents to send their kids to school. Not because they don't want to, because they do not have any choice. And what happens if they do not go to school? What are the bad effects? Who taught you first time, why should you wash your hand? Probably your parent. They could not teach their kids about bacteria, viruses, transmitted disease, nor how they avoid them, unless these kids learn all this stuff from schools. No school, lack of voice. No school, no words, no confidence. They do not have the skills or confidence to speak up for themselves. Less educated people do not live as long as more educated people. Shorter lifespan. According to the report, less educated men statistically live between 4 to 14 years less than their well-educated people. Imagine yourself that your child is sick and you gave him or her wrong doses of medication because you could not read medication label. Poverty trap. Inability to escape poverty due to lack of resources. This is poverty trap. It means that children of poorer people are more likely to be poor themselves. This is often known as intergenerational poverty trap. We are going to talk about it more later. Unemployment. Everywhere in the world, jobs are given out to the most qualified people, and young adults who have not been educated may have to resort to worse type of work just to survive. In a world of limited jobs, those with educations get the first picking of the safer and more secure work. And as we said, gender inequality. Who does like to live in the country that men only have a voice? Countries where women are less educated continue to perpetuate gender inequality from one generation to the next.